it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I am back with another 12 by 12 layout for you. So I am using two smaller photos on this layout today, and it's a layout that I did see on Pinterest, so I will try to make sure that I link the original layout down below, which I totally scrap lifted. So I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I want to give credit where credit's due, so I'll make sure I link that down below. But basically what I did was I cut some squares. I think they were 2 by 2 squares, which I then sliced in half to make these triangles. And I'm creating a pattern in the background using these triangles. So as you'll see moving through, you'll see what the pattern is creating. But I'm basically creating this layout for a challenge that is currently going on a Facebook group I'm part of. So it's really helping me kind of scrap outside of my comfort zone. They set little challenges and they give you sketches, or they give you like mood boards or little kind of recipes to follow. So this one I think involves using triangles and small photos and different thickers, I think, or alphas. So yeah, really excited about this. The photos are actually of some milkshakes that my partner and I had just at a local cafe near where we live, and they're like, I don't know if other parts of the world have this, but in Australia we're getting this, particularly in Melbourne where I'm from, we're getting this craze of like crazy milkshakes that have like food on top of them. So these are milkshakes that have like, they're just a regular milkshake, and then they've got like icing around the side, and then cream on top, and then ice, and then like a piece of slice. So mine had like a piece of mint slice just sitting on top of the cream. It was just phenomenal. And so bad for you. So, you know, I wouldn't do it every day, but as a special treat, it was a bit of fun. So my partner and I did have these. We had also just had a toasted ham and cheese sandwich for lunch, and then we got these milkshakes, and we were like, we are so full. So back to the layout. So you can see here that I am actually creating a heart shape in the background with these triangles. And again, I totally got this idea from Pinterest, so I will link the original layout down below, but I just really liked how it turned out. I should have probably spaced them out a little more. It's not a perfect kind of symmetry and it doesn't all balance and stuff, but that's alright. It's close enough, and I cover some of the worst parts up with the photos. So that's the love heart you can see there. So really happy with how it looked. And then I just am thinking about how I'm going to place my photos on this layout. So I don't want too much else to go on. There's lots of pattern paper in the background there. This is actually a layout using the homemade kit that my sister made me. So I'm almost at the end of the kit, but because this was a kit that, this was a layout that just used so many smaller pieces of paper, I was able to use the scraps that I have left of the paper in that kit that my sister made me to create this layout. So all I did was, as I said, I didn't want much to go behind the photos because there's a lot going on already. So I just used some vellum from my stash and backed those photos, and then just popped them up using some foam dots and just placed them on the layout there. I did separate them, and the placement was deliberate because it covered a couple of areas that I wasn't overly happy with. And then I had a look through my thickers, and I've got these really cute thickers from American Crafts. I just can't for the life of me think what collection they came from. Is it the Paige Evans Take Me Away, maybe? Oh, I could be wrong. Anyway, I have this, the thickers there in the blue, and the word is best ever. So I've separated it, and I've added some other thickers from, they're stickers, they're alpha stickers from the kit that my sister made me. So the title is Best Milkshakes Ever. That was a pretty big call, and in all fairness, I'm not sure they're the best milkshakes ever. However, they were very impressive, and you know, it's close enough, isn't it? It's all about just coming up with a great title for the scrapbook page. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. It's totally my rule anyway. So again, similarly with the embellishments, I wanted to keep it really simple. I didn't want to go overboard. So I looked at some of the embellishments my sister had included for me in the kit, and there are a couple of gold arrows which I thought would work well. The green Best Ever thickers are really sparkly. These arrows are quite sparkly, so I just thought, let's add all the sparkle. So I was trying to see if I could fit that word awesome on there, and even though I love the word awesome and I think it fits well, I don't think it makes it onto the layout. I could be wrong. Clearly I'm thinking about it for a long time, since I've sped this video up 3 times, and I still held that awesome there for a while. So one of the things Jess did make for me to include in the kit was actually some circles that she'd punched out and covered with half a gold glitter paper and then half just her scrapbook paper. So I think she created this the paper, it's like a watercolor background, and I think she made that herself as well. So she's got some maybe 1-inch circles and slightly bigger than that, maybe 1.5 inch. So I'm just sort of scattering those around the page. I didn't want to go too far off the heart, so I did place them around, and again I was a little bit strategic. I wanted to cover up a few of the joins that I didn't love, and now I'm popping a couple, or one piece anyway, of a wood veneer arrow on there. I felt it needed some other kind of texture, and I do add another wood veneer arrow just in the top left there, tucking that under the photo. I think I know I'm trying at this point to think, what else does this layout need? It needs something. So I get my fine tip Sharpie and I just draw some kind of fake stitching around a couple of the triangles just for some contrast. So I pick, I think, 2 different colours and of the triangles, and I sort of do the faux stitching just on those. And I do like the way that turned out. I probably could have done it on a couple more of the triangles, but I just left it with those 2. As you can see here, I'm thinking, do I want to do more? And now I do something that I have done on a couple of layouts, but not often because I get a bit, I don't know how I feel. And that is I drew a little squiggly kind of line around the edge like a border, and I do a little bit of a, I don't know what you would call that, like a little pattern, just one on each of the sides. I just felt like that helped with that big white space, because there's a lot of white space going on in this layout. So then I do decide to do some ink droplets or mist droplets, just to add again. I do love the white space, as those of you who watch my channel would know. I do scrap with a lot of white space, but I have been liking to just add some kind of ink splatters, or it's not ink because the mists aren't ink, but some mist splatters onto the page, just to help, I think, I don't know, not make it so stark white. And because this layout was, you know, it's located in the center of my page, there's a lot of color going on, but it doesn't cover that much of the page. I felt like it did need something, so I added some teal and some pink, and I think some charcoal as well. Again, probably went a little overboard, but you know, it's all in the name of scrappy fun, isn't it? So I'm almost at the end of my layout. I think I add charcoal, yes. So I'm adding some charcoal, and that's sort of the end of the layout. I'm going to show you some close-ups here coming up. I do hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I do love making them for you guys, and we're so grateful, my sister and I, to all of our subscribers. We just can't believe how many of you are interested in our work. We're just so overwhelmed and so awed. So thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching to the end of this 9-minute video, thumbs up, leave a comment down below. We'd love to interact with you, and we'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye guys.